Good morning, my sweet gardening community. How are you all this morning? I'm faking it this morning, y'all. I did not get sleep. So, but sometimes it feels good, even if you have to fake it, right? To just kind of make yourself, you know, just perk up. And so, anyway, look at this mess I got to clean up, y'all. That is a mound of mustard greens that are going to seed. So, my goal is to just get the weed eater and knock this down as much as possible. Kind of like do like a chop and drop, but knock it down and then pull as many of the plants out. And I think I'm going to let the bed either rest or just put more soil on top of this so it'll compost and plant in it. I don't know. I'm actually thinking about planting some red mustard greens here for the fall farmers market. So our farmers market in our area opens in August, and so it'd be cool to have a mustard variety, a bunch of mustards for the market. So that's what I'm thinking. Red mustard greens go to seed pretty well, quickly they can when it gets hot. But I think I'm going to either plant here or plant in the backyard, because the backyard actually gets a little bit more shade. So thank you for helping me think that out. So I may do that in the backyard. But it is beautiful morning. It's in the 70s. It's going to get hot like quick today. It's going to be in the 90s. So I'm just out here just looking around. Yesterday I had some volunteers over from our city growers chat group that I told you all about in my last video, and so they helped me plant some tomatoes here. My husband weeded this whole area. I don't know if y'all peeped this area in previous videos, but it was covered in weeds. I mean covered. And so I'd posted some pictures about this plant that I had. It kind of looked like ragweed. Everybody was saying it was ragweed or in that family, but then some people said it wasn't. Whatever, we got rid of it though. He totally weeded and did a tremendous job. We laid this fabric. I am like 100% excited about this landscaping fabric. Plastics and things like that, I try not to use in the garden too much. I do use plastic cups in the nursery. But as far as putting them on the ground, like I don't know. And this fabric is not just, it's like, it's pretty typical for farmers to use this and to keep the weed pressure down. So I think I'm going to do it. This is one of those things I'm just like, listen, I tried to do as much as I can organically and naturally in this garden. But honey, some things you just gotta, just make a decision about who you want to be and what you want to do. And so this is one of the things I think I'm going to, especially because this is a no-till bed. Okay, it's not, I don't have it framed with wood or anything like these beds. You still get weeds in your raised beds, but this bed definitely is closer to the ground. Weeds will just overtake it. That creeping Charlie, y'all know what I'm talking about, honey. Charlie gets on my nerves, and he will just take over, right? So I am pretty excited about this. And so I think with the rest of my no-till beds, like this is a no-till bed, okay? I think I'm gonna lay this fabric down, or plastic, whatever it's called, and it's a pretty decent sized bed, right? And so anyway, here's that ragweed-ish looking thing that I was talking about. See, it's coming up in this bed. I really think it was brought in with the soil that I purchased. That's a no-till bed right there. So I think I'm gonna lay some fabric down there, and then you just cut a slit in the fabric. You can do just one slit or an X or whatever, and then plant into that. So into that one hole, so you're not dealing with a lot of the weed pressure. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Really, I really do. And it'll just make it easier for me, and I won't have to get down there our volunteers won't have to get down there and weed so much. So that's the goal. Yep. Look at the Kentucky Wonder pole beans coming along. So clearly planted more on this side than I did on this side, but that's okay. Oh, we got some mustard greens right here that needs to be harvested. I see those in there. They haven't went to seed yet, so I'll probably do that today or tomorrow. I don't have a lot of time out here today, but anyway, I wanted to show you all this is rhubarb. Somebody gifted this to me, and I've never grown it before, don't know much about it, so I just put it in a pot. This is red mustards that went to seed, so I'm gonna have a lot of seed to collect here. Look at my greenhouse, y'all. Ugh. So volunteers yesterday helped me clean this and kind of organize, and so I got a grant to get some supplies as well, and so all this here came from the grant. These bags of perlite, these pots, these bags of soil here. So I'm very the labels, the bags right here, and that's another bag of perlite, came from the grant that I received. So those seed trays there, they're plastic, not like the durable plastic with domes. So they're really cool. I'm going to use those for my peppers in the wintertime. And anyway, so, oh, here's some. Look at these. See what I'm talking about? So I'm really excited about those. But all of that came from a grant I received. And yeah, it is dope. Like, I don't really have to buy much seed starting stuff, because I saved a lot of pots and 6 packs and trays and things like that. This isn't all of them. They're in the shed. And so